a teacher. That's what we're talking about this week. And today's topic is subject lines. So, what is the purpose of the subject line of an email? What is the purpose of the subject line of an email? Let me think. And remember, you guys have options in the daily dive. So let's use the words that the daily dive uses. So, what is the purpose? Thank you, Keon. A short summary of what? A short summary of what? Not just any email. Which email? The subject line is a short summary of which email? Everybody should be looking at the daily dive so we get the wording correctly. Everyone should be taking this right now to get the points for being here. What does the daily dive say? I'm going to share my screen. Everybody should have these open. Do y'all have this open? Short summary of your email, meaning the current email that you are writing. Okay, so the subject line, 2 to 6 words, a short summary of your email that you are currently writing at that moment. Okay, why do you think we only need 2 to 6 words for the subject line of an email? What do you think? Why do you think we only need 2 to 6 words? I'm asking what you guys think. To have an idea before opening the email, okay? To describe the topic, sure. Why only 2 to 6 words? Don't want it to be too long, yeah. Yeah, don't need too much detail. Where's the detail go? In the email box, yeah. So speaking of the email box, I'm going to open one up. There we go. Look at that. So in this to box, that's where you put the email address of the person you're sending it to. The CC box, you're sending someone a copy if you want to. You don't always have to CC somebody. I do all the time, but you guys might not. Excuse me. The subject line is right here. And this is not a whole lot of space. And it doesn't get bigger the way the email box does. So this email box, you could make it as long as you wanted to. You could have a super long email if you wanted to. So that's where all the detail goes. This subject line, we don't have a whole lot of space to work with. So we want it pretty short, just so whoever you're sending the email to knows kind of what they're getting into when they open your email, right? You don't want it to be a surprise. No clickbait stuff, right? I find myself funny. I don't know if you guys do, but I do. So let's take a look at some of these examples. So this graphic gives us some examples. I think these examples are okay. I think they're kind of generic and general, and I still don't 100% know what these emails are going to be about. So let's fix them. Let's make these examples better. So instead of missing assignments, what could we add? Because these are 2 words. 2 words is fine, but I think we can make it better because we can do 2 to 6 words. So what could we add to this? So if you're sending me an email, I know what I'm getting into before I open this email. What could we add? Throw out some ideas. We're just making it up right now. What do you think? Anybody? You guys are way too quiet today. We're making these examples in the graphic better. So instead of missing assignments, what could we add to that, or how could we change it to make that um, subject line a little more clear? What do you think? If you were to send me an email today, overdues is still a little general. I'm not 100% sure what your email is going to be about. Help with missing assignments. Okay. So that's a little more clear that you want help, because someone could, like, all of you could send me an email that's titled missing assignments, and they could be all about different things, right? But if Anasty sends me an email that says help with missing assignments, I know that I need to help somebody. So that's helpful for me. Excuse me. What else? How can we make it a little more clear? What do you think? Okay, questions about missing assignments. So those are both very similar. Help with missing assignments, questions about missing assignments. Hopefully, if you put either one of those, your questions or the kind of help you need will be in the email. But what else could be added so I know exactly what to do? Because sometimes I will look at my email list and I'll look at the subject lines, and if a subject line is super clear, I could go to my grade book or to my assignments and I could look at exactly what they want. So both of those right now, or all three of those, I'm not sure which assignment you need help with. So if you said questions about me quiz, I know exactly what assignment you're talking about. So I could open that up before I even look at the email. I could open it up. I could look at the grade book and look at that student's um, grades stuff, because maybe they already submitted it but didn't do well or something. I can look at it and already know exactly how to help. Yeah, need assistance on my 1.0 quiz. Yeah, absolutely. That would work. And you don't even need an I, just need help with. They don't have to be complete sentences in a summary or in a, my goodness, in a subject. Okay. Don't need complete sentences. Okay. Everyone good on this? Everyone got it? Submit this once you have short summary of your email, 2 to 6 words clicked. Submit that so you can get the points. All right. Excuse me. Awesome. Let me ask you another question. Has anyone ever sent an email before? Give me a green check if you have ever sent an email to anyone before. Red X if you've never in your life sent an email. So there's no wrong answer for this. It's just your experience. Green check if you've sent an email before to anyone ever. Red X if you've never in your life sent an email. So I'm waiting on Eliana, Isabel, Jason, Catherine. Catherine, are you the Catherine who likes to go by Cat? I wrote it down somewhere. Yes. Okay. Cat. Waiting on you. Cat. Who else? Isabel, Eliana. Use those polling tools. Green check if you've ever in your life sent an email. Red X if you've never sent an email. We got 79%. That's pretty awesome. I like when it's higher than 80%. Can we get one more person? Oh, yes, we did it. 86%. That makes me happy. So everyone who responded has sent an email before. So that's awesome. So hopefully next time you send an email, you'll think about these things that we learned this week, because we're going to talk about emails for the warm-ups every day this week. Hopefully you'll think about these things and improve the way you send emails. All right. So let's move on. I always record these sessions and I post them in the content as well as in the weekly announcements. So the gradebook is set to automatically put zeros in the gradebook once the due date comes, and I think I have most of my stuff set to be due at like 3 p.m. or something. So that's about when the zeros went in the gradebook. So don't panic if you see a zero in there, just complete the assignment. And when I grade it, that zero will disappear and you'll get the points. You don't lose points for turning stuff in late, but you will lose points if you don't write at least 2 complete sentences for the written response questions. So unfortunately, I had to take points from some people because they didn't write 2 complete sentences in those. So please, 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 when you're completing the About Me quiz, follow the directions. If it asks for 2 sentences, write 2 sentences so I can give you full credit. Also, this afternoon and every Tuesday for the rest of the trimester, I will have workshops at 1:30 p.m. on Tuesdays. I invited everybody who has not done the About Me quiz, as well as people I think who should redo the About Me quiz if they didn't write if they didn't write those 2 complete sentences for each of those questions. If they haven't been doing the daily dives or have been getting the daily dives wrong for some reason. I invited people for lots of different reasons to the workshop. So if you see that on your schedule, please come to the workshop. I invited people Monday. So anyone who did their About Me quiz between those then and now, if you're comfortable with your grade and you don't feel like you have any questions, you can ignore that session. But everybody else who has not done the About Me quiz, please come to my workshop session so I can help you get that done. Okay. Let me share my screen and then we'll move on to what we're going to do today. Okay, so here's our course homepage. Here's my phone number up here in this banner, as well as my email address. So anytime you need to get a hold of me, that's where it will be. If you didn't write my email or my phone number down or something, there it is. Always right at the top there. So anyone who has not completed the About Me quiz yet, I'm showing you where everything is. This is week 1. That's the week we're in right now. Every Monday, a new announcement will pop up with the current week. So this is week 1. To get to last week's announcement, you got to keep scrolling, because right now there's nothing in here, right? So you got to keep scrolling, keep going, keep going, keep going until you see the welcome announcement. That's last week. And the dates will be in here as well. So March 6th is when we started the trimester. And each recording will also have the date in there as well. So anyone who hasn't done the About Me quiz, it's linked right here, as well as the recordings, March 6th and March 7th. And I labeled it with which questions we did that day. So About Me quiz questions 1 through 5 on the 6th. And then on the 7th, we did the rest of them, questions 6 through 12 in class questions. And then the questions 13 through 18 are the on your own questions, the written response questions. Okay? Clear? Hopefully. Hopefully that's clear to everybody. And that's how the whole trimester will be. Okay? I will do my best to link everything you need in the weekly announcements. Okay? Yes, no, maybe so? Good? Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you, Keon. Okay, awesome. So let's move on. So this week we are going to talk about how to write a summary. And there were about 5 people who already submitted this quiz, and I don't know why. Because we haven't started talking about it yet. I kind of do know why. Because for some reason, the system for my assignments, and I haven't figured out where this glitch is yet, my assignments show up in your My Schedule tab when they unlock. And I don't know why it's doing that. Because I haven't seen that with other teachers' assignments. So if you see an assignment on Mondays, for example, for something that we haven't started yet, you don't have to start that assignment on your own. Okay, you never have to start something new on your own. We will always talk about it in class. Okay, is that clear to everybody? You never have to start anything new on your own. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Because some of those people are going to need to retake the quiz because we're going to look at those questions in class. All of the beginning questions are based on my slides, so they match up exactly on my slides. It's kind of like forcing you to take notes. It's like guided notes. So we will always do it in class. Okay. And yes, spring break is the 25th through April 1st. We have April 1st off as well. So a week and the Monday. So okay, let's get started with how to write a summary. This quiz, just like all of my quizzes, will take us the whole week. Okay? So you don't have to finish it today. You don't have to finish it tomorrow. You don't have to finish it Thursday. It will take us all week. Okay? So however far we get today is fine. It is what it is. Alrighty. Race. Okay, so let me share my screen again, and we're gonna look at this quiz real quick because I wanna take a look at what it looks like. There we go. So I put at the top, I changed this after I saw 5 people did this already. I changed this at the top to be in red, complete this section during the live session. So hopefully more people know that this needs to be done in class. So I never want you to panic when you see the amount of questions on a quiz, okay? Because some quizzes are going to have more questions than others. It depends on what kind of notes I need you to take, okay? So this section will be done in class, and then the section that's done on your own, this again, practice together, that will be done in class. And then this section you will complete on your own. There will be a short story for you to read, and you'll know exactly what to do because we're going to do it in class. So the whole purpose of the beginning part of all my quizzes is so when you get to the on your own section, you can refer back to whatever we did in class to help you with the on your own section. Okay? Okay. So let's see how far we get today. Okay. So question number 1, what is a summary? So according to the dictionary, a summary is a brief statement or account of the main points of something. A brief statement or account of the main points of something. So, why do you think it says of something? What is that something? What kinds of things can we summarize? A story, yeah, you can summarize a story, which is what we're going to do in this class. We're going to summarize short stories. The main events are going to be in the short story. So you're going to use main events to create your summary. But what kinds of things can we summarize besides a story? Let me think. What else could we summarize? Anybody? I'm gonna wait because I want some more examples. What kinds of things can we summarize? We meaning people, anybody, ever, in the whole world, in everyday life. A book, yep, you could summarize a book. Conflicts are going to be in the book or in the story. So I'm talking about the whole things. What whole thing could we summarize? So we said stories, books. What else? A show? Yes, absolutely a show. Either an episode or an entire season or an entire series, right? Those will be different kinds of summaries, but yeah. A movie, yep, you could summarize a movie. A class or a topic, yeah. I mean, how many parents have said, "What did you do at school today?" Right? You could summarize your day. You could summarize someone's life. Yeah. Has anyone said, "Hey, what did you do over the weekend?" Well, maybe a parent or an aunt or uncle or grandma could have asked you something. I know I've asked my nephews that before, what they did over the weekend. And you don't tell someone every tiny little thing that you did over the weekend, right? You don't say, I woke up at 8 o'clock and then my dad made waffles and I had to have syrup on my waffles because I really like syrup. And I cut it in 9 equal chunks before I ate the waffle. And then I made coffee. And then after I was done with my coffee, I went outside to sit in the lounge chair. You don't do that, right? You don't tell them every tiny little thing that you did. You summarize it, right? Because nobody wants to hear every tiny little thing that you did, right? And yes, Kat, you're correct. You could summarize a song as well. Lots of things. So that's why this says a summary is a brief statement or account of the main points of something, because that something could be anything, right? Okay, awesome. So I'm going to give you guys polling tools in a second. You guys will tell me true or false. What do you think before we answer it in the quiz? What do you think? A summary is in the reader's own words and gives the main points of a piece of writing. And I'm going to read that again. And it's in your quiz too, but I'm going to read it again. A summary is in a reader's own words and gives the main points of a piece of writing. True or false? What do you think? You talk like that to your friend, every little detail? I know my friends don't care about every little detail. So if yours does, that's awesome. That's great. I tell my husband every little detail. Like I talk his ear off. But that's what he gets. So I see 7 responses waiting. A summary is in a reader's own words and gives the main points of a piece of writing. I'm waiting on an answer from Maya and Jackie and Isabel and Keon, Jason, Sydney, and Eliana. I'm still waiting on you to respond at all. A summary is in a reader's own words and gives the main points of a piece of writing. I see 11 responses. That's 73% of you. Let's keep that participation up. Ooh, we're at 80%. Awesome. Jackie, Keon, take a guess. Even if you're not sure, just take a guess. Click one of those polling tools. It won't bite you, I promise. Okay, so the majority of you are correct. It is true. So when you're writing a summary, who's writing the summary? If you need to summarize a short story, who's writing that summary? If we have a person here and they just read a short story and then they need to write, that's going to be my pen right there. Now they need to write something. Who's writing that? The person who read the thing. So that's why it says in a reader's own words. So this guy who read the short story and who is writing a summary is the reader of that original thing. So that's why it says the reader's own words. Okay, you in the quiz right now, make sure you get it right. Okay, so if you clicked the wrong thing in the polling tools, that's whatever. That's polling tools. You're not graded on the polling tools. But in your quiz, make sure you click true. Okay, so this is true. Okay, okay. All right, let's look at some definitions. We have time, I think, a couple minutes for definitions. Question number 3. So an opinion, and these definitions are gonna be important when it comes to writing our summaries as well. Okay. Um, an opinion is a statement or belief that cannot be proven true. It's the opposite of a fact. Okay, so an opinion is how someone feels about something. A fact is information that's verifiable. So, for example, I'm going to use ice cream as an example. If I feel that the best ice cream is pralines and cream from Baskin Robbins, that's my opinion. Okay, that it can't be proven true because it's how I feel. Somebody else might feel differently. I know people who don't like pralines and cream from Baskin Robbins. I think it's amazing, but some people don't. And I got all kinds of answers from different people for the extra credit about their favorite dessert. So many different answers. A lot of people said tiramisu, which I didn't know teenagers liked tiramisu, but whatever. I've never gotten so many tiramisu answers before to that question. But that's great. But that's opinions, right? Everyone's favorite dessert is an opinion. A fact is something that's verifiable. So if I say chocolate ice cream is the best selling ice cream at Baskin Robbins, I can prove that. I don't know if that's true or not, but but if I wanted to try and prove it, I could pull the data from Baskin Robbins to see how much of different kinds of ice cream that they sell to see which one they sell the most of. And then we could prove and find out for a fact which one they sell the most of. Okay. All right. Detail is a description or a reason or an explanation that gives more information about a topic. So, for example, if I say I have a coffee cup on my desk, that's a fact. I do, in fact, have a coffee cup on my desk. If I say it's a blue coffee cup, that's a detail. Blue is a detail. And then again, summary, short retelling that tells the most important ideas and points from a text. So match those up for question 3. And remember, make sure you have check marks on all those boxes, the first 3 boxes in the quiz. That's how you know it's saved. If there's check marks in those boxes next to your questions on the quiz. Okay, so question 1, 2, and 3 you should have answered, and it is 10:41, so we are out of time. So we're going to stop here. If you see my workshop session in your schedule at 1:30, please attend so I can help you complete the About Me quiz, or so I can answer any other questions that you might have about daily dives or whatever, because we want everyone to do well in this class. So we will pick up from here tomorrow, and you don't have to answer any questions on your own right now. Just make sure you have the first 3 questions answered, and we'll pick up here tomorrow. Okay? Have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.